Hey, welcome to day one of the Pivot Playbook Challenge. That's right. Your personal Pivot Playbook Challenge as we talk through and grow through, helping you come out of this season, grow through this season in a different place, in a different space. So as we check here to make sure we're live here, our feed is live and everything is going as planned. Hey, see, when you self-produce, you have to look at certain things. You see folks on TV doing these great things, and you don't realize is that they have um, a whole team. And so with you, guess what? You're working through things all by yourself sometimes, or your team is remotely, and it's a little different than it is when you're with a established entity. But let me do a couple things on the back end. Hey, one, let's make sure we record because in the past, there have been times we had to go and have alternative methods of grabbing the content. So record. So with that said, we're recording now. Hey, welcome to your personal pivot playbook challenge. That's right. This is a challenge. Hey, this is challenging you to grow out and develop your personal pivot playbook. And today is day one. Day one. That's right. Day one. And what we're going to be challenging you to do is to really work through some steps to help you develop that playbook. You may already have ideas, and in this season that we're going through, there's a lot going on outside of ourselves that we don't control. However, we do control that one thing, what we do within this season, So for the next 2 days, hey, I'm going to spend some time with you, just sharing with you some steps to help you really pivot through this season. And so as I share my screen, I wanted to show you a couple things that we've been utilizing to make a huge difference in our season. So I call this the power of pivoting, discovering your pop. And this is the basis of what I'm working with and how I'm helping my clients grow and pivot through this season. That's right, grow and pivot through this season into the next season. See, everybody said there's a new norm. I don't think this is the new norm. I think this is a now norm. And if you're looking at this document, you see the Pivot Conference. That's a conference we were able to have this last 2 weeks ago, and a lot of great things have come out of it, not just for ourselves, but for the attendees, for the people, the team that help us put it on. So it's been a pivoting or riveting component. And so, hey, forgot to mute phone. So with that said, one of the things I challenge you to do is think about your schedule, your challenges, and whatever they are. It can be within this pandemic season, but this one thing I do know, you're going to face other challenges. Second thing I know is that you've overcome every challenge that you've faced. You may have had a system or you may not have had a system. That I don't know. And so today I want to share with you a system to help you shift your mindset. That's right. Shift your mindset, because those 6 to 12 inches, I don't know about what a 12-inch head, but 6 to 9 inches in between your ears is that big difference that's really going to make or break you as you come through this season. And when I say that is it won't kill you necessarily, but it will prevent you from being your best. So that's what we want to focus on today as we grow through this season. So the first thing is pause. And what I mean by that is when you look at any situation, you ask yourself, hey, did I create this situation? Hey, was this created by me, or was this created through other means? Because a lot of times things that happen is not because of us. A lot of times when things happen, it's because of things that are going on around us, the environment. And so I challenge you to really think about, as you work through this, ask yourself, what do you need to do to change and shift what you're doing? So that's that pause piece. So as you pause, you begin to look at it from all sides and all angles. So oftentimes people go in and are, I guess you could say, they're down on themselves because of situations. And a lot of times we don't cause the specific situation. So in pausing, it allows us to look at it and assess what we need to request in the next step, which is prayer. And so, praying, and this is not asking you to be of one faith or the other, but in most faith, people are asked, and I'm a Christian, and so in most faith that I've studied and seen is that we spend time asking and declaring certain things. And so with that is, if you've paused and evaluated the situation, then you know what to ask for. So you can seek the understanding, you can seek the wisdom around the specific situation. So personally, what I went through, some of you may not know my story, but just a little bit about my story is I actually have a physical retail store. Yeah, we do a little bit online, not a ton, but that is shifting. That's number one. And a promotional marketing company. So hey, if you want a pen with your logo on, if you want printing done, if you want it promo items done with your logo, but more importantly, to brand your company and to position you differently, we help you with that. So that business has shifted and is shifting even more. And so as I look at it, my key season is football season, and we don't know what's going to happen with football season around the pandemic. So I had to ask myself, as I went into the prayer, as I paused and looked at the situation, I said, okay, as I pray, I ask for solutions and ideas if there's no in-person football season. Okay, if there's no in-person football season. And what I mean by that is if people are not coming to the stadium, which our store is located close to Southern University, then what? So what must I do to position myself if there's no season? Okay. And so in through that prayer, in that process of praying, and which still going through it, there was a declaration of things that I asked for. But the other part of prayer that a lot of people don't live with and don't sit still for is the hearing of the answer. So God gives you answer, he gives you challenges of what you should consider. And so that is what we call your pivot points. Those are the things that you're going to pivot around. Those are the ideas that come out of your prayer, your pausing, praying. Now, what are you going to do with those ideas? How are you capturing those ideas? So, hey, let me give you a couple things. Number one is, why don't you create a pivot journal? It can be a personal journal, or it can be a electronic journal. So I chose electronic for this method because no matter where I was, I have my phone or my tablet. I can go into Evernote. Hey, no code, no affiliate, but guess what? I would be able to capture those ideas. So I have about 5 or 6 ideas that are my pivot ideas. In each one of those ideas, I have different levels of information around it, or files, or things, or articles that I have captured to help me move forward to my plan and my playbook. Okay, so we'll get into that later, but it's key that you develop that process in which you want to do that with, okay? So I want to challenge you to think about it from that standpoint. So you're going to discover the power of your pop. Hey, this is a document here that if you simply go to the bit.ly link in the feed, that's right, the pivot challenge, the bit.ly pivot challenge, that's the link in the feed above, you'll be able to download this document. But I want to give you the next steps because, like I said, this is a 3-day challenge. So I want to give you the next steps to move forward in the challenge. That's right, the next steps to move forward. So first of all is, wherever you are in this season, I want you to confront your disappointments, okay? Don't sweep them away, the challenges that you have. I want you to confront them. That was part of that pausing, but confront them. And then reflect on your achievements. And see, this was a international, worldwide pandemic that we're facing right now. But as you go through these next seasons, you're going to have challenges yourself. And you want to use this process and these principles for those seasons, for those challenges that you have. And so now reflect on your achievement, no matter how small it is. See, when you look back at those small achievements, you realize that a lot of small achievements makes the masterpiece. See, one of the things I always say is that Rome was not built in a day. However, it was built daily. And so we have to work daily in order to build our Rome. Okay. And that is the key part. That is the key part is being comfortable with small achievements, being okay with, hey, I'm constantly improving. I'm constantly growing. You know, one of the things that I challenged myself this week is to play at a 90. You know, one of my mentors said, hey, if you play at a 70 every day, guess what? You're going to win, which he's right. But this season, this month, I want to play at a 90 plus every day. I got a lot on the plate, but we want to play at a 90 plus. And in order to do that, you have to, as we said, center yourself spiritually. So, you know, I want you to go through the power of the pop, but also take these next steps. And then surround yourself with that positivity. See, surrounding yourself with the positivity, gives you the I can attitude. I can make this happen. I will make this happen. So that is the challenge. I want you to go through this challenge and complete this work here. These next 4 steps. I want you to write it down. And you know, what is it that I'm facing? Let me look back and reflect on my achievements, the positive piece, and then center around your spirituality. So you can have that spiritual balance, that spiritual harmony that helps smooth things out. And then surround yourself with positivity. So as we talk about that, you know, it's all about that mindset. So I want you to leave today, work through today with that positive, I can, I will, I shall attitude. I can, I will, I shall. These are some steps to help you grow through this season with that in place. And with that said, hey, I challenge you to go out and be the best you possible, because guess what? Everybody else is taken, and we look forward to helping you pivot out of this season. And we want to help you create your own personal pivot playbook, because that's going to take you through the game that you are achieving, that you are striving, so you can achieve the things that you want to achieve. It has been Howard. I will see you tomorrow. But remember, if you want to get notified and be able to, and just in case you miss it, get all the information delivered to your email, simply go to the bit.ly link. That's right, the bit.ly link in the feed, or it's right here on the screen right now. That's bit.ly/pivot challenge, the pivot challenge. And when you go take the challenge, guess what? All that information will be sent to you, and you will be notified from there. Hey, it's been a pleasure. Look forward to working and growing with you in this new season, in this next season, because I think the new season is going to be a little different, but this next season that we are working through now. Hey, take care. God bless. And remember, as always, be the best you possible, because guess what? Everybody else is taken. Bye.